blonde hair if you're looking to separate him. Good knees so far from Struble.
Yeah, right away Struble threw that right hand. They locked up, striking. Now we got Quinlan in on a single. Struble still kind of attacking that underhook, still finding a way to strike and living up to his moniker so far, slipping right out of that takedown attempt, getting a front headlock takedown of his own. And it looks like he's going to try to crank the neck a little bit. Oh, no, he's got a cradle. He's going to look to put him on his back against the cage and establish top control, I would imagine, and look for some ground and pound.
Yeah, trying to get that arm in under the right knee of Quinlan was Struble, and Struble holding on to that headlock right now, as not doing, though, much with it, as looking to either wear down Quinlan here in the first round, putting pressure on him, or there you go, get those knees working that he's had working so far early on.
Yeah, Quinlan keeps just forcing his way in, and there he gets his hand lock, gets the double leg, and I think that's why Struble was keeping the head to kind of help defend the takedowns. Can't tell. Oh, now he's going to go for the finish. He locked up the full guard. He thinks he's around the neck enough. Here making small adjustments.
Can't tell if he's got that locked in yet or not. How does that hold look to you there on the neck?
It looks like he's not really going for it. He's kind of using that butterfly hook there to kind of sweep him one direction and get back to his feet, which is smart. You don't want to burn your arms out if you don't have it locked in the right position. Quinlan's got him in a decent spot against the cage, but now he's going to keep that head, keep some pressure on it, and probably look to wall walk using the cage, back against the cage, and just work back up to his feet. But Quinlan reaching over, trying to hook the legs right there. Yep, and see, he walks right back up the cage. Quinlan keeps pushing in. He's either going to go for that single or double, and Struble again slipping and sliding right out of the takedown attempt, making space, probably going to look to strike.
Earning the moniker of Slippery is one Shelden Struble. Struble now being pressed up against the cage right in front of us, lands a good right, and then takes one of his own right to the chin from Quinlan. Quinlan trying to work the ribs here of Struble. Struble now will push him back around. Struble really trying to get the knee going to the midsection of Quinlan.
Right, both guys actually doing a really good job in this fight that we haven't seen so much tonight is dirty boxing inside the clinch, just trying to jockey for position, landing a couple punches like, you know, to the middle of the ribs right there. Both guys landing punches. Struble doing a little bit better job as far as going up top and landing knees, but, you know, both realizing it's going to be hard to keep control of the other guy and take them down. So, and right there you see Struble, good control with the clinch, pop up to the head, back to the body, back into the clinch. You know, a little bit of a grinding match, but still a good action-packed fight so far.
Struble again, kind of slippery here, once again getting that headlock onto Quinlan, brings him all the way across the cage and up against the fence right there, as the guys will finish off round number one. Good first round between Quinlan and Struble. We're back for round number two right after this on TVW. Taking a look at some of the action from round number one. I tell you what, though, Gerald, I know everybody at home doesn't have smell vision, but here we're really close to the cage. One of these guys has really bad BO. Now, I've noticed that sometimes with fighters, they do that on purpose, though, don't they? Aren't there some guys, they just come in stinking?
I have heard some old wives' tales of guys not showering for even up to a week at a time before a contest because it'll get the oils in their skin going and they'll be more slippery, which that could also be part of the moniker. We don't know for sure, but again, really good clinch control there. Good head position, lands the knee, locks the over-under, and just really good control out of Struble, getting him back against the cage and making sure he stays in the more dominant position.
So maybe it's Struble with the BO. Someone's got it going in this fight pretty good. We haven't smelled that yet so far tonight, but Struble, speaking of getting things going, getting it going here in round number two against Quinlan. Now, it was a pretty even first round, although I thought maybe in that one, Struble probably got the better of Quinlan in round number one.
Yeah, I think a little bit. And right now, he's doing a great job. He ran him down to the cage. He's got one hook in, the outside hook when against the cage. That matters a lot. He's got that cross wrist, so you see Struble's left hand is grabbing the right wrist of Quinlan down bottom, and that's just a really, really good control position. He can put a lot of pressure on him. Now he's got the 2-on-1, just breaking him down further in kind of a wrestle ride here. And just good ground and pound and control, fishing for the neck. And if, you know, right here, you can just keep pounding away, and either Quinlan's going to have to explode and possibly expose his neck, or he's just going to get ground and pounded out.
Quinlan taking some shots to the right ear and the right temple as well. Now trying to cover up, and he's in all kinds of trouble.
Close, that could be it.
Now the pounding coming from Struble. Quinlan not offering much of a defense here right now as the ref kind of looking in to see if he was going to call it, but it looked like Quinlan able to turn back over and is in a better position.
So now Struble was in that grapevine position on the back and staying flat. So when you flip back over to mount, you can't get that same space for strikes. So now Struble's got to get his head up, his posture high, and right here, hands off the mat, and he can start raining down. Quinlan doing a good job trying to frame and get up, but just nothing to him. Still with the outside hook for Struble, and now he's got the seatbelt probably looking to choke.
Quinlan with that in, or actually it's Struble with it in as we're inside of a minute now for round number 2. And Quinlan going back down flat again, and he's in trouble once again as Struble laying in more damage with that right hand.
He did a really good job there. Quinlan went to build up. Struble threw in the grapevine and a half Nelson on his left side, I believe. Cranked him back down to his back and just good heavy hips, good ground and pound. Quinlan's just in a lot of trouble right now, just looking for a way to get out of this bottom position.
Quinlan hanging tough, showing a good jaw right here as he has taken a lot of damage in round number 2. Now able to reverse it.
Yeah, and there Struble just got a little bit too high, a little bit too complacent with what he was doing. He's, fighting for wrist here, but Quinlan really needs to take advantage of this and start getting something going. Either look for a really quick, sneaky submission or really start raining down to hurt Struble and to kind of slow down the onslaught, because now we got short time in the round. Might have still lost that one. But he's got to do something decisive here to make Struble not want to come back down to the ground.
And Quinlan not putting on a lot of energy. And, boy, he got in trouble there as his right arm got caught. But right at the end of round number 2, a good round for Slippery Struble. We'll see if he can finish off Quinlan when we come back to the Monona Terrace on TVW. Good look at Shelden Struble as we go to the third round. Struble in control, and really a tale of two fighters. You look at both of them, Struble mouth not open, looks fresh. Quinlan sucking air with his mouth wide open, as he definitely looks like the fighter who doesn't have quite as much in the tank here for round number 3.
Yeah, Quinlan, to his credit though, coming out strong, really trying to pressure forward, but I think Struble's just a better grappler. It looks like he might have wrestled back in the day a little bit. Just better with the hips, better positioning. Really stays on top on the ground, and even here in the clinch, really doing good with those uppercuts.
Those uppercuts
controlling
are
the
great.
clinch, just good body position. I think he rocked Quinlan there.
Several good right uppercuts getting into the chin of Quinlan, and now Quinlan kind of hunched over, that head kind of drooping as well, and the mouth wide open as he is looking for air. And now Struble will go ahead and take him down, and look, a lot of blood coming out of the mouth of Quinlan. He is sucking wind right now as those uppercuts did tremendous damage to Quinlan.
Yeah, Struble just good old school wrestling pressure, locked behind him, dragged him to the mat. It's going to the back. Maybe look for rear naked choke, and again, hustled good with the hips, staying above his opponent, making space when Quinlan has a chance to rotate. And again, as soon as he flattens him out, hips back down, lots of pressure, just kind of outclassing him in all the close grappling positions. Even there, using his head for more pressure on the mat. Quinlan's just made the mistake of clinching, in my opinion, with Struble this whole time. If he can get back up, maybe try to land something big on the feet. Otherwise, it's going to be more of the same all in round 3.
Quinlan right now in a whole heck of a lot of trouble, and really hasn't put up much to hurt Shelden Struble here tonight. Struble doing most of the damage, and Quinlan in a bit of trouble on his backside still as Struble maintains control here in round number 3. I think we both think Struble got the first 2 rounds, so Quinlan really needs a miracle to pull out this fight.
Right, and this has been the story of this fight all night. Struble getting on top, controlling position, save the one time he got reversed. Just better hip pressure, better positioning, really just kind of putting a grappling clinic positionally on Quinlan.
And not giving Quinlan much room to breathe at all. He has been right on top of Quinlan, and Quinlan, it has showed. I mean, he's really been sucking wind here in round number 3. Struble maintaining control right now. Not a lot of damage being done, but Quinlan not in any kind of a position right now to do much to Struble at all.
No, Quinlan is fighting back. He's trying to make space somewhere, find an opening, trying to maybe pop and explode one way or another, maybe catch a quick sneaky submission. He's still actively moving enough to not call the fight or not give up a ground and pound position. But like I said, it's too little too late. And, just not the same level of grappling acumen out of Quinlan as we see from Struble.
Struble now in control, hoping to hold on to the final 10 seconds here as Quinlan just hoping to get out of this mess as the horn will sound, and that will do it. The end of round number 3, and we are fully expecting to see the hand of Shelden Struble raised in victory when we return to the Monona Terrace on TVW. One thing I've noticed about Shelden Struble, he is all business when he goes into the cage. That fight face has been on from the moment this got going.
All right, a round of applause for these two fighters. We go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27 for the winner. Fighting out of the red corner, Shelden Slippery Struble.
No surprise right there. Struble improves to 4-0 with a convincing win over Quinlan here tonight. 5 fights down, 7 to go. We'll be back with our next one, James Mayhem Mayhew, coming up next on TVW.